The likelihood of Jay turning heel, I think, okay, that's possible.
WWE should take War Games off of Survivor Series.
I'm actually at a point where, like, me, myself, I might just skip over War Games this year.
Welcome to Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, a show where a rotating cast of wrestling fans from around the world come and share and debate their opinions, with live comments from all of you shown throughout, as after all, fans are what makes wrestling so special. So sit back, grab a beverage, and enjoy the show. We are answering all of your hot takes that you guys have submitted to us about Survivor Series, and we do have quite a few really hot ones. Our first take says, 2 turns inside of War Games, Jay heel and Brock versus Braun begins. So he's saying that Jey Uso is going to turn heel, and then Brock Lesnar is going to turn on Braun Breaker.
Nobody in the wide world of sports is ready for Brock Lesnar to turn babyface. So that's not going to happen. The likelihood of Jay turning heel, I think, okay, that's possible. I don't know why you would. If you go to one of these events, WWE wise this year, and I've been to a Raw, the Rumble, Mania, and Money in the Bank, I'm about to go to Survivor Series. The crowd is filled with kids wearing Yeet shirts.
I don't think there's a chance in hell either of these are happening, because I think a lot of fans who've gotten their hopes up here are going to be let down badly, because I don't think Jay's turning, I don't think Lesnar's turning. I think more than likely they are going to eventually run back Reigns and Lesnar with the roles reversed, I guess, from last time. And yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything out of the ordinary here. I do just think it's going to be a straight-up Vision win.
I'll take either one, honestly. Anything to get me a little bit more invested. I kind of feel bad about it because, like, I used to be really excited for these because it's War Games. We don't really get a lot of stipulation matches now that I think about it. Or at least not anymore. So, like, Jay turning heel, I would be invested.
The next take is from Giovanni Cheese, and he says the traditional Survivor Series match on SmackDown should have opened Survivor Series. So instead of putting it on SmackDown, he wants it on Survivor Series.
If you end up with the 2 War Games matches and a traditional Survivor Series match on the same card, what do we get? 1 or 2 singles matches? I mean, if you add a tag match, it's all multi-people matches and maybe 1 singles match at most. That's where I think in this situation, it does make sense. It is just odd that they're calling it a traditional Survivor Series match on a SmackDown that was pre-taped.
Got an interesting comment here from Donnie saying the Survivor Series pay-per-view was built on multi-person matches in an era where there was rarely anything of the sort other than a regular tag. The audience is no longer into that match format. That is where I'm going to I completely agree with the first half of that, obviously, it's a fact. But the second half of it, I'm going to slightly disagree, right, as a newer fan. As somebody who's only been watching technically I've been watching for 15 years now, so I guess I'm not really a newer fan, but I feel like a younger fan at least. And that is that I'm not really into 5v5 matches, and I've always said that. But the one which I used to be into was Survivor Series because it felt special, it felt unique, and I've missed it, to be completely honest here.
To your point, the elimination aspect, when that was introduced, and it's not just a definitive finish like it's 5-on-5 and then one person pins one person and everybody else lost, right? Or everybody else half won, half lost. The elimination aspect, the uniqueness of that, I think is worth it. I think it'd actually be incredible if they introduced it to the War Games format.
The next question submitted says that John should retain. He's retiring in a month, and it won't mean nothing knowing he got pinned a few weeks ago by Dominic Mysterio. I disagree, and I disagree with a passion. And the reason being is I am convinced that Gunther is winning this tournament. And Gunther, under no circumstances, can have another IC title reign. So for that reason, I'm fine with Dom winning.
If they do decide to do it like this, I kind of would love the idea of him basically doing the same thing as CM Punk and just keeping the title and just out the door. That would be really cool.
Aunt You says Dominic Mysterio is the greatest luchador of all time. He's been to jail, beat up his dad, and cheated on multiple women. He's 1 charge away from being a 90s rapper.
No, stop!
Outstanding. He is. He's 1 away. He went on First Take and told him what was up.
Comment of the week. Comment of the week.
I'm telling you right now, if it comes down to it and John Cena retains his title and after a career synonymous with the last stone unturned, finally, outside of we got the little distraction of him breaking the Flair mark with 17 titles, was that he never won the IC title. And if his last match is about the IC title, that is goofier than a football bat in my eyes. You've got to be kidding me. It makes no sense.
Our last question of the day is from Jordan L. Keys, who says, War Games is so boring, it's been done to death. I think WWE should take War Games off of Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series should return to Raw versus SmackDown, and then once every 3 years, you add NXT into the mix as well. I want a harder brand split between all those brands. I want less of these crossovers and more brand supremacy. It's always a lot of fun and very different to the rest of the year in WWE when that Survivor Series happens in that format. Now, as for War Games, I'd only bring it out when it makes sense, like they're doing with Hell in a Cell now. I'd bring it out maybe once every 18 months or somewhere around that, so you don't know when it's going to be, but when it happens, there's a justifiable storyline for it. That way, we will have less people saying that War Games is getting repetitive, but also, I think we will return to the fun, traditional 5v5 and brand warfare, which fans seem to like so much now, and I'm going to be honest, I miss it.
It's so stale. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm actually at a point where, like, me myself, I might just skip over war games this year because of the fact that it's boring. Like, it's nothing really there. Like, it's like there's nothing spectacular about it. And it's horrible that I feel this way because I love the stipulation matches like this. And now I have to sit here and pretend like I care because I'm like, maybe I will eat my own shoe.
I'm going to be honest. I am excited for it because I'm excited for War Games, right? And I do think the matches will deliver. But there are, and Donnie in the comments as well is saying that, like, it only happens once a year. How is it too stale? I agree to an extent, but the fact is a lot of the audience don't agree. A lot of people in our comment sections, a lot of people in WWE's comment sections are saying the exact same thing. And when that much of your audience is saying it, I mean, you have to take it into account at that point. You really, really do.
The predictability is the problem. The fact that we know it exists, that we know it's going to happen. There's no shock value to how Regal says War Games. We're banking on the fact that he says it cool. Which is okay. That's fine. I love it. It's like brand name from Regal. We've been waiting for it, but I don't know if anybody besides me watched Blood and Guts a few weeks back. War Games, they put a lid on War Games in that match, and you will not see that level of violence at War Games in San Diego. You won't. Not in either match. No chance.
To your point, Clark, this is the other thing I wanted to touch upon. The comparison to Blood and Guts. There is a large proportion of that WWE fan base who aren't sickos, who, if they watch the AEW Blood and Guts match, will turn it off halfway through because they feel it's too violent. Whereas they watch Survivor Series, they watch the WWE War Games, and they're comfortable with that level of violence. So I don't necessarily... So I think it's hard to compare the two, and I don't think saying that the AEW one is more violent means it's better. I just think it's almost a different genre, if you like.
All I'm saying, my actual point too was, and I understand they are different genres, right? But war is more violent than Blood and Guts.
We will be back same time, same place tomorrow. Thank you to Clark, thank you to Angie, and thank you to all of you guys who are watching at home. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Peace.